Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on my channel here. Now in today's video, guys, I'm going to bring you part 3 of my gun split close path scheme. Today we're going to be going over the play extract trail. This is going to be your main play in terms of throwing one play touchdowns in those coverage beaters. I'm going to be going over all of the coverages. I'm going to be going over cover 2, cover 3, cover 4 palms, cover 4 drop, and man coverage beaters. And I'll be going over the specific setups as well as some optional adjustments you guys can make. Now quickly, guys, before we do get in the video, if you will follow me on Twitter, my link is down below. I will post when my new videos go live. And then also my Discord is down there as well if you want to go and join that, where we talk some Madden as well as just talk life and whatnot. We just basically chill out in that server, and it's going to be a very, very good time. I already have 2 very loyal people in there, so I definitely appreciate y'all. And guys, also I do want to mention as well that the sign up link for Discord is down below as well. If you guys need a Discord account, it is right there for you guys to sign up. And then finally, if you guys want to check out my 2 most recent videos, they are going to be in the top right of the screen now. But guys, let's go ahead, let's get into the play. Alright guys, so here we go. The play today, as I mentioned, is going to be extract trail. Now we're going to move into the pre-play adjustments. Really, all you're going to have to do is you're just going to have to substitute your fastest wide receiver in this spot right here, this right side receiver. Now how you're going to access your substitutions menu is you're going to press RB in your controller, and I have Jakeem Grant here, who's actually very good for this video. He does have 95 speed. He's one of the fastest receivers in regs, so he's definitely a very good option to go for in this play. But other guys you can go with are like Marquise Goodwin, Annie Isabella, just some of the guys that I can name off the top of my head that are really fast in regs. And obviously, like, you Ultimate Team guys will know, like maybe Randy Moss, those kind of guys. But guys, without further ado though, let's go ahead, let's get into the play extract trail. Alright guys, so now we're going to be starting off first here with our cover 2 beater. So this is going to be the play stock right here. As you can see, this is actually one of the best stock plays in the game in my opinion. You have a Texas route with the running back, which you don't really get stock in a lot of plays. You also do have a post route by the tight end, as well as a deeper post by that B receiver, who we are going to be utilizing in most of these coverage beaters. But essentially guys, you're going to want as well for these coverage beaters to have a pretty good throw power quarterback. So guys such as like Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Philip Rivers will not really be best for this, but guys like Patrick Mahomes and Matthew Stafford and also Aaron Rodgers will be your primary options for these one play touchdowns. But guys, let's go ahead. So let's get into the first cover 2 beater. So what you're going to do here for the setup, very, very simple. All you're going to do is you're going to put this RB running back on the right side on an option route, which is going to be YRB and L2. Basically, an option route is either a running back hitch out of the backfield, or it's an out route if it's man coverage. Honestly, it's one of the best routes in the game, in my opinion. I just found it out a little bit ago, and I honestly, I just love these routes, man. They're going to be basically your security blanket if the cover 2 beater does not work. It's going to be your security blanket, and it's going to allow you to get some very easy yards if you catch your opponents lacking. Now the next thing we're going to do, guys, is we're going to put this X receiver on the left side on a flat route, which is going to be YX and L2, so LT, excuse me. So you're going to see right here, now he's on a flat. Then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take this B receiver and we're going to motion him out to the right. So basically, this is going to be the setup. Now, a big thing you're going to have to watch here is you're going to have to watch and see if this B receiver gets bumped by the cornerback that he's on. If he does get bumped, then you're not going to want to throw that beater. You're instead going to look towards that post route, the Texas route, or the option route here by the running back. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to take a look. See that he gets bumped. We're just going to dump off very easily right here. Now, unfortunately, I did throw that a bit early, but how I did a low pass, which is what you're going to primarily do if you are going to be running this play and you're going to be trying to go to the running back. How to do a low pass is just you're going to hold left trigger L2 as you click the receiver icon. But here we go. This is just going to be the setup in full speed. You see, only have to make 2 hot route adjustments and then motion your receiver. So it's honestly very, very easy. But we're going to wait here until this B receiver does not get bumped, and he does get bumped there again. So what we're going to do, just going to run this play. You see that we lowballed that option route here to the running back. Very easy yards, very easy first down here. And really, that's really all it entails. I do want to see if I can try to get this one play touchdown. Like, for some reason, this receiver just keeps getting bumped off the line. Like, I'll even show you what happens. Like, you see how he gets, like, bumped off the line. And then the cover 2 beater is actually, it's pretty effective right there. But in my experiments with it, it actually was not that effective. You could go down that route if you do have it open. But if your opponent is putting, like, a middle third out there, you're not going to want to go with that cover 2 beater. But, guys, I'm about to show you a second cover 2 beater that's going to be much more effective and much better for you. Okay, guys, so here is the second cover 2 beater. What you're going to do here is basically you're going to option your running back. You're going to flat your X receiver. So just like last time, the same beginning of the setup. The only thing is we're going to take this B receiver and we're actually going to motion him out to the left just as so. We're going to hike him right about here. You're going to see that he's going to penetrate the seams of the cover 2 and we pass lead to the sideline. How you're going to do that is you're going to point the left stick towards what area or what direction you want the ball to go. So what I did was I pointed my left stick up and to the left towards the sideline, and the ball ended up going there, and I ended up making a possession catch for a very easy yards. I'll just show it to you one more time. This will be especially great if your opponent's zone drops are very low for their flats, as it will get right over the top of them and it will give you pretty easy yards. My flats right now are just on default, so on defense didn't really make any changes, but you're seeing we're still able to beat the cover 2 much more effectively. So yeah, guys, those are going to be the cover 2 beaters, but guys, let's go ahead. Let's move on to the cover 3 beaters now. Alright, guys, so my apologies, I meant to say cover 3 beater, but essentially here, this cover 3 beater, what you're going to do is you're first going to option your running back, the RB running back. Then you're actually going to take this X receiver, you're going to motion him out left, and you're going to put him on a comeback route, which is going to be Y, X, and L2. And then the next thing we're going to do, and the final thing we're going to do in the setup, is we're going to be smart routing the B receiver, which is going to be Y, B, and R1. This is really key for this one play touchdown to work, because if you do not smart route that B receiver, he's going to come on too short of a route, and you're not going to be able to throw the ball right over the top of this cornerback. Now, what we're going to do as well is we're actually going to double team this left side edge rusher right here, which is going to be LB and down the right stick. You're going to see here we're going to double team him, and that's going to allow us for some space to throw the ball and just to get some more protection. Now, also another thing you can do as well is you can actually ID the mic like an X Factor that's out there, but it's on the opposite side. So a perfect example is Joey Bosa here. He's on the right side of the defensive line. So we're just going to ID the mic, which is going to be LB and A, and then we're going to move the left stick towards the player, which is right here, and then that is going to be the setup. So this is the final way. This is the final look at this setup. So what we're going to do, just going to roll out left right here. You need to really practice throwing the ball right, but you're going to see right here Jakeem Grant ends up getting this, and he really should have been tackled, but he does get a touchdown right here. Now the main reason why this play works so well is because the comeback route played a big role in terms of dragging that left side cornerback down and towards him. That way it gave space between him and the free safety, causing the B receiver to go right in between those two for the one play score. So I'm just going to show you guys again. Option the RB running back, motion the X receiver out, put him on a comeback route, smart route the B receiver, double team the guy on the left side, and then if your opponent has a edge rusher that has an X Factor superstar ability on the opposite side, you're going to want to ID the mic them. So this is the setup right here. We're going to take a look. You're going to see that we're going to roll out to the left right here, and unfortunately we did get pressure, and unfortunately that did lead to a pick. That can happen sometimes. It's very unfortunate, but you know, it's one of those reasons why these one-play touchdowns are really risky. I only recommend going for them if you're in a really desperate situation, like a 3rd down and long, or like a 4th down that you really have to go for. But if you're just running this on a normal basis, I would not recommend doing that, because it is not going to be a really effective way to run your offense this year. So I want to definitely recommend that to you guys. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to take a look. You see that we're going to roll out to the left, and then we're going to throw this ball right here. You see it gets right over the top of Chris Harris and right past the free safety Nazir Adderley for the easy one-play score. But guys, let's go ahead and let's move on now to the cover 4 palms beater. Okay, guys, so here is going to be your cover 4 palms beater. Now, I will say that big nickel over G cover 4 palms, as well as the nickel 245 cover 4 palms, they actually work in very different ways. What's going to happen out of the out of big nickel over G here, this cover 4 palms, and that is that the free safety, I believe, or one of the safeties is going to come down and match onto one of the receivers, causing the over the top route to get wide open, and it will only be man coverage. However, nickel 245, it does not happen. I believe nickel normal is also the same way. So just keep that in mind when you're running this play. I kept that in mind. So what I did here is I created this setup. So what you're going to do first, you're going to put your running back on an option route as always. Then what we're going to do is we're actually going to block the Y running back, which is going to be Y, Y, and RT. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to motion we are going to be motioning the X receiver out left and putting him on a curl route, which we're going to motion him now. And then a curl route is going to be Y, X, and down the left stick. So this is going to be the setup right here. This is what it's going to look like. You see that we have an option route, a post route, or 2 post routes more of, and a curl route. Now your main focus out of this defense is going to be that curl route. And you're going to watch right here, the cornerback that's on him, unless you press him, or unless my opponent ends up pressing him, you're going to get a lot of space. You're going to see right here that we're going to be able to throw this ball. We just low pass it, which is going to be holding left trigger as we press the X button. And you see that if we go for a possession catch, we get right in front of the defender. We're able to get a very easy 10 to 15 yards right here. It's honestly one of the easiest in Madden. If your opponent does not press, it's a very easy way to exploit their defense. So this is going to be, once again, the setup. You're going to option the running back, block the RB running back. Going to block the Y running back. You're going to put your X receiver on a curl, and you're going to motion him out left. Now, also, I will say as well that we're going to see right here, this post route by Jakeem Grant, if you do have a very slow safety up there that's not really great in man coverage, this might actually be a really good way to burn the defense, because if you have a guy that has really high speed in this position, he's going to be able to get a lot of leverage, and he's going to be able to run right past the safety. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're running this play. But guys, let's go ahead now. Let's move on to the man coverage beater. Okay guys, so this is going to be the man coverage beater right here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put the RB running back on an option route. Then we're going to block the Y running back. Then we're going to take this X receiver, we're going to motion him out left, and we're actually going to put him on a smart routed out route. Now, how you're going to do this, you're going to put him on a normal out route, which is going to be Y, X, and left on the left stick. Then we're going to smart route him, which is going to be YX and R1 or RB. So you're going to see right here that he's on a longer out route, but this is actually going to be really key because he's going to get on one-on-one with Chris Harris right here. And because he will have inside leverage, we could just low ball it and possession catch it for very easy yards. You're going to see right here, right there, right when he cuts, you see that we low ball it and he makes a very good catch on the sideline because he does have the inside leverage, which is very, very key against man coverage if your opponent does not press. I'm going to keep that in mind, guys. If your opponent does not press, then you're going to be able to throw this ball easily. If not, I would look more towards the A or B receivers as they are on better routes. But once again, here we're going to take a look at Devontae Parker. See that we roll out right when he cuts here. We're going to do that possession catch, and you see that we get a lot of separation and very easy yards. But guys, let's go ahead. Let's move on to the finale, the cover 4 drop beater. Alright guys, so here we go. This is going to be the cover 4 drop beater here. We are running this out of dime 236, but you can also run it as well out of $326. They're pretty much the same thing. But let's go ahead. Let's get into the cover 4 drop beater. What you're going to do, you're going to put your RB running back on an option route. Then you're going to put the X receiver on a flat route. And then you're going to take this B receiver, you're going to motion him out right. It's basically the same as the covered 2 beater. However, the free safety is actually going to act very different on a cover 4 drop. Now, once again, here we're also going to double team this left side edge rusher. And we're going to ID the mic Joey Bosa as he is an X factor on the opposite side of the defensive line. So this is what it's going to look like right here. And if you don't feel confident in that B receiver getting open, or if your opponent does press, you could always just go to the RB player and you'll get easy yards pretty much because it is a cover 4. So we're going to take a look here. You're going to see that we're going to motion out. You see that free safety kind of plants his feet, which is one of the deadly sins. Now, unfortunately, because I'm using Tua Tagovailoa, he does not have the best throw power in the game. So that's why it did say out of range bullet pass. So just keep in mind, use a decently high throw power quarterback if you are going to run these one play touchdowns. But guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, smash a like. Let's try to smash 5 likes. All the timestamps, the setup, as well as the optional adjustments will be in the description if you guys do need it in case you missed any part of the video. But guys, take care. Most importantly, stay classy.